recording. I didn't start recording yet. Anything anybody wants to talk about? If not, I can dive in a little bit about finding your, I never know what to say, finding your niche, your niche market, niche. I feel like it's a French word, right? Like niche, like the restaurant.
That's what I was thinking.
There's a St. Louis restaurant called Niche, which is like a pretty good spot to eat.
Glad you explained that because I was super confused as to what you mean.
It depends on where you're at as how you pronounce it, because I know it's your nick or your niche to some people. So
I think I say niche. Your
niche. Your niche.
Anyway. Finding your target market. So a little bit about that. So I've watched a few videos over the last week just about, how to attract certain people and how, when you first start in this business, and I am super guilty of that, sending out messages to anybody and anyone who I thought would basically just like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to join me? Everybody messaged, and I got a ton of crickets from like guys that I went to high school with. Like, really, I mean, am I really going to be a huge like fitness coach for a dude that I went to high school with? Probably not. Like, they're probably not going to take my advice very much. I don't know. I have had some guys that have joined, but that's not really my target market. So how do you determine who that is? How do you, take a look at what you're doing and focus your posts? And I know that sounds like at the beginning, it sounds a little like, well, I have all these friends on Facebook. I have guy friends, girlfriends, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just kind of posting to everyone. Yes and no, because what you're doing is going to attract a certain amount of, a certain type of people. And so the more that you focus in on who that type of people is, the more you're going to have success, because you're going to be able to relate to them and they're going to be able to relate to you a lot more. Like, look at all of us on this call. We're all moms. We all have younger-ish kids. We're all busy. We all have a lot going on, and our like kind of overhead goal is like getting in better shape / like just taking care of ourselves a little bit better for our own personal reasons and for our family. So I think, that, yeah, there's a ton of Beachbody coaches that are just like us, that are moms, that are stay at home, that are working, that, you can be very broad or you can be very narrow with your market, but how do you find your specific market? Like, what differentiates you between, another mom Beachbody coach? Why is somebody going to sign up with you versus anybody else? So if you haven't done this yet, take your 5 things about you and write them down. 5 things that you can identify yourself with. 5 things that you like to do, hobbies, or 5 things basically that could describe you. So like for me, I would choose like my faith, my family, fitness, clean eating, and probably like being a nursing school. So those are 5 things that I tend to post about regularly. And those are 5 similarities that I look for in other people because I can relate to those other people. So somebody who is, 19 and single and, loves to party and, I don't know. Anyway, that person probably wouldn't relate to me very well, and I probably wouldn't relate to them unless it was like 12 years ago. But but as for right now, that's not my target market. Like, I'm not trying to find a bunch of 19-year-olds that want to sign up and join my challenge groups. I'm also not trying to find a bunch of like middle-aged women who, have grandkids or anything like that, because that's not really my target market. Yes, I'm always open to having people outside of my target market in my challenge groups, but I feel like you're going to get better results with your customers as long-term if they can relate to you and you can relate to them. If you can talk on the phone with one of your customers or your coaches, for more than 5 minutes and it doesn't sound salesy, then that's a good thing. If, you would go out for drinks with one of your coaches or customers, like, that's a good thing, and that has a lot to do with team culture too. But the more you can kind of narrow that market in, the more you'll be able to find people that are like you, that you want to work with and that want to work with you, and that will stick around for long term. Be you. What sets you apart from everybody else, and be vulnerable are a couple things I have written down. So obviously, be you is, that's a no-brainer. That's all of, everything that we're putting out there. Is that me? Can you guys hear me, or am I frozen? Why does my internet connection say unstable? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. It just said your internet connection is unstable. Are we good? Yeah? Okay. If I cut out, just like raise your hand or tell me. I just don't know why all of you guys are frozen and it says your internet connection is unstable. So I don't really know what that means. Good?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's frozen, but I can hear you guys. So anyway, everything that we put out on social media is up for, criticism and things like that. And actually Erin and I were just talking a little bit about this today, about, how there's always going to be somebody that's going to critique, I don't know why you're working out. Like, you don't need to lose any weight, little things like that people say that are like, really? Like, do you, that just are surprising that people say certain things that they do. But, one thing that we were talking about was taking those like critiques and stuff and turning them around and putting a positive spin on them and putting them out there, because chances are somebody's going to relate to that. Whether it's, somebody that's like, that they love to work out, but their whole family is like, I don't know why you're working out, because you're already thin, or, you're already healthy, or, little things like that people don't quite understand the importance of just everyday fitness. But that's one thing that can help you relate to more people, is sharing your insecurities, your vulnerabilities, your frustrations, your struggles. I feel like I feel like a lot more of my posts where I'm talking about like how my kids are crazy and I just want a glass of wine, or, something like that. Like, those are a lot more relatable to my target market that I'm trying to speak to. So, I lost my train of thought where I was going with that, but, just, in general, those like insecurities and vulnerabilities, sharing those, because that can help you find more of your market and can help you attract more of those people that would make really great challengers and would make really great coaches too. Engaging more people in engaging posts. And things like like I just did a post the other day with like my 3 dresses for my graduation. And like I already knew, and this sounds tacky, but I already had an idea like what dress I was going to wear, but putting it out there and giving more people like a chance to be engaged in my posts, that really helps attract more people to your page and gives you a lot more acuity as well. So I think, you know, doing little posts like that are definitely helpful in engaging your market as well. You know, as a mom, like just asking other moms questions and things, like asking other, like, who's potty training? Oh my gosh, anybody have any potty training tips? You know, little things like that, things that you would ask, you know, your other mom friends, but throw it out on social media too, because you may engage a potential person that turns into a really great relationship. I'm just looking at my notes. But some of those engaging posts, or you know, if you can relate it to something fitnessy, or if you can relate it to something with nutrition, or, you know, what do you do when your kids only want to eat chicken nuggets every day for lunch? Like, anybody have any suggestions for that? Because like those are little things that, like, I guarantee you I'm not the only mom that has 3 kids that only want to eat chicken nuggets for lunch every day. Like, that's, you know, and that can definitely help you engage some of those people that, you know, that are kind of behind the scenes. And then you're like, oh, well, who's Susie Jones that just commented? And then you know, you look and you figure out that you have a lot more in common. And then that's somebody that you can build a relationship with. Your profile pic is like your first line of defense, I want to say. Like so when somebody sees your page and they're like, who is Stacia? Who is this Stacia girl that just messaged me? Or that just sent me a friend request, you know, and then they click on your profile pic. What's it?
I said most people say that. Hey, who is this?
But you put, you know, you have your profile pic as like your first, basically, silent interaction with a new potential coach or customer, because they want to figure out who you are. So I would strongly suggest, if your profile pic doesn't reflect like who you are, or is a good clear picture of you, and like your family, your kids can be in it too, but like a picture with, you know, you and 5 friends, like it's hard to distinguish who you are if that person doesn't know you. But then you can go in and you can add a description. And what you can do in that profile, in that description, is you can add in, you know, hi, my name is Ashley. I'm a stay-at-home mom to 3 girls. I'm a nurse, and this, you know, this is a little bit about me. I help other women with their fitness goals. If you're interested more, here's my Wufoo application. So those are things that I've put in my profile picture description, so that when somebody does click on my profile picture, that comes up and they can see kind of just a little brief bio about who I am. So I would definitely recommend doing something like that just to start. And same thing like with your cover photo, because a lot of people click on your cover photo too. And you can also put a little description in there. So you can go on PicMonkey.com. You can design a really great profile pic. You can make a little collage on PicMonkey.com, put some family pics in there and stuff. Or like I actually purchased mine from a person on Etsy, and I was like, I think I paid $5 or $10 or something, and just sent her some pictures and kind of told her what I wanted, gave her some colors, and she designed it for me in like a 3-day turnaround. So that's, you know, if that's something that you want to do, great. If not, you can totally do it on your own on PicMonkey, because that's what I've done in the past. And I'm not like a huge fan of, actually my personal page profile pic I designed, but my like page one I had somebody design, and I like the one that I made better. I spent money on the other one, so it's totally up to you. And then I just wanted to talk about quality over quantity. That was another thing I had written down. As far as your market goes, it definitely, you don't have to have a lot of people to have a lot of success in this business. You don't have to know a lot of people to have a lot of success. It doesn't, great to have 10,000 followers or whatever, because that increases your, like, the likelihood of more people, because more people are seeing your posts. However, when you think more about the quality of people that you want, the more, whoever you're targeting, specifically if it's, moms and, or women in their 20s or 30s or whatever it is, look at your, go through your friends list and look at those people that you think would make a really great business partner, or that would make a really good challenger in a challenge group, and just reach out to them. Because, like I said, quality over quantity, those relationships that you're going to be that much more relatable to that person are going to build and grow and strengthen, as opposed to, having somebody that you don't know anything about and you have nothing in common with. It's going to be a lot harder to maintain like a challenge group business relationship if you're polar opposites with somebody. So, the posts that are like more targeted to people. So I kind of talked about like those 5 things. Remember those 5 things. Go through those 5 things that are kind of identifiers for you, and kind of gear your posts around those things. Because like for me, if I'm posting about something that I really have no idea about or no business talking about, like if I'm posting about like how I would really love to fix a car because I really want to learn about auto mechanic stuff, like because I saw somebody that was an auto mechanic that wants to get in shape, thinking that I could relate to them, like that's just totally silly. That's absurd. People would be like, this lady is nuts. Like she has no business talking about fixing a car, because obviously like that's not something I would do. But trying to stay true to your things that are identifiers for you, because people will see that. Like they'll know that, those are the things that set you apart from somebody else. And those are the things that like are going to be consistent for you throughout your whole journey. What questions do you guys have so far? Anything? No?
Just to add to what Ashley's saying, another thing when you are making your post, like you connect it to somebody's, like to your target, but also add the value to it. And like always when you're making a post, like follow it up with and. Like, so I'm posting about Shakeology, and like what's the point of what you're trying to get across to? I mean, that's something I struggle with all the time. Like I'll post something like, all right, here's my picture or whatever, what I'm doing with the kids, but it's like, and what is this supposed to be relating to somebody to try to capture them with interest into like Beachbody or what you're doing in the clean eating. So it's like, I always need to, when I'm making that post, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, and what's the point of this post, so.
Christine Dwyer was talking a little bit about that today in that video. And she was talking about like, what would, like as an outsider, if I was looking at my post, would that attract me? So like if I did a post about like, just like this, I'm, here's my shake, and that was all I posted, like, would that attract me? Probably not. I would probably just scroll past and like, oh, there's like somebody posting about their shake again. But if I was like, let me tell you, like what this shake right here has done for me, like, and I lead off with something like that, that may be, a little bit more appealing to somebody, because they know why, you give them the why. You give them like, this is the reason behind my post. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I did a post a couple weeks ago about, I think I said like, oh great, another workout selfie. But then I talked about why I post my workout selfies all the time, because it's not, it's not like a, hey, look at me. It's I was inspired because I saw somebody's workout post 5 years ago, and that's why I do that now, because if I can be an inspiration to somebody else, then that's, then that's why. So not that I like need to give a reason, but I know that there are people that need that reason. So not that I'm trying to justify what I do, things like that. Like I'm not justifying it for myself, but I'm giving objections to people that may have silent objections, or, I'm countering their objections with what I'm putting on social media. I don't think I have too much more. Just a couple things, the more you talk about what you love, the more people you attract to what you love, or like the more people, I said that wrong. The more you talk about what you love, the more you attract people to what you love. I think that's what I meant. Like so, talking about fitness and stuff like that, people are going to be drawn to that because there are going to be people that are like, gosh, I really wish I could work out. And I know that I saw Michaela post something the other day about working out. She would probably be somebody great to talk to about how I can get started on my own fitness journey. So, little things like that will attract other people, talking about like, oh my gosh, I love going to Panera and getting a salad, but I don't like to spend $12 on it. So let me show you this little salad that I made at home. And then that'll appeal to, a mom that's like, oh yeah, I totally don't like to spend $12 on my lunch. Like, show me how I can do that at home for $3 or whatever. So, I don't think I have anything else. Actually, I have a slide that I wanted to show you guys. Which I probably just should have let off with, and it would have been, then I wouldn't have had to talk so much. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes. Okay. Okay. So just about target market, think of someone you love to work and serve with, your favorite challengers, coaches, friends, and coach role models. Age, gender, income, hobbies, values, beliefs, relationship, family life, fitness, business, experience. Who do you not want to work with? So things that, like for me, I don't really appeal to men, and I don't really go and seek out men because I don't think I would be a really good coach to a guy. I mean, I don't have a ton to offer. Yeah, I can talk a little bit about fitness and nutrition and stuff like that, but I'm not as relatable to a dude. And, some other things that like I said before, like I'm not a big partier. So like, a 23-year-old party girl, I'm not going to appeal to her because I'm going to be home with my kids on a Saturday night instead of out at the bar, unless I have a babysitter, which is a rare occasion. But yeah, so you think about the positives and the who do you want to work with, who is like you, and think about those negatives too, and think about that in your posts and in your messages and in your invites and stuff like that. Like, would I be a really good coach to this person? Would I be a really good coach to, like Amy Silverman is a really awesome coach. She's also like 30 years old, single, and lives on the beach in the Bahamas or whatever. And she has her own tribe of people that are all similar, like beach loving single chicks. And I probably wouldn't be a good coach to those people. So, I mean, it'd be great to reach everybody, but in all reality, like, I don't know, I'd rather work with people that I can relate to a lot more than trying to find everybody and then get frustrated when I have a new challenger that I don't relate to and that drops off, or that, wants to go be with somebody else. Because honestly, like it is about, I just went blank, guys. So, and then who were you when you found Beachbody? Who, what was it that brought you to Beachbody? Why did you decide to sign up? Is it because, what did you see that attracted you to the opportunity? And what can you show other people that would attract them to the opportunity as well? Do you guys have any questions? Did you guys get all this? Okay. And then I have think like a boss. Think like a boss. Think like a bad ASS. Like I have to spell it because my kids are in bed. But yeah, the more that you encompass, like, I'm a leader, I am incredible, I can do this, like, look what I've done so far, I'm amazing. The more that you believe that, the more that you will project that in what you do, not only as a challenger, not only with your workouts, not only personally, but when you're talking to other people too. Oh. Oh. Little sweetheart.
Cute.
Well, I'm excited for this group to kick off. I'm excited for this month. I think, you know, we're halfway through the month. We still have a ways to go. Are you guys all in the Success Club push group? I think. Yeah. We just keep pushing. I'm not there yet. So we'll get there. It's early. It's early in this month.
I'm so behind in the push group. Like, I just need to go back and catch up, and I don't know how.
I
catch them every once in a while, and I'm like, ooh, that was good. Like, her cost objection to Shakeology was good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, all right.
All right, ladies. Anybody have anything else they want to add or anything? No? All right, I'll send out some document stuff, hopefully later tonight, and then we'll just go from there.
Sounds good. Say goodnight. Say bye-bye.
Handsome man.
See ya.
All right, bye, ladies. Thanks for getting